Okay, time to talk about the 2006 Best Animated Films Oscar winners and nominees. And the nominees were Happy Feet, Cars, and Monster House. And I'm beginning to see, I think they only picked like 3 of them. I wonder when they switched to 5, but anyway. The winner was Happy Feet. Now, I'm going to say I disagree. I don't really like Happy Feet. I've watched it several times before. Here's the thing. I believe its message is pretty good. But at the time, I disagreed with this message because I was kind of a different type of person back then. And I felt like this film was trying to push a certain agenda. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, and that's fine. Everything does push an agenda. We need to be... if you're going to watch a movie with a theme, that theme is the agenda. And you know what? Happy Feet talks about environmentalism, and it also talks about... religious intolerance, really, and is kind of the, well, maybe not religion, but actually intolerance in general is really what it's about. So yeah, and kind of being your own self and stuff like that. There are things I've actually seen in Happy Feet that have been done, I think, better in other animated films, and maybe that's what I kind of want to see on this thing. Anyway, so am I really going to have to take Cars for this? I know that every year, if I disagree with the winner, then I feel like I have to pick a winner. Am I really going to take Cars? Because honestly, I didn't really like this film. It's grown on me now. I've seen it a few times. In fact, my kids were really into this film back in the day, and because the toys were pretty awesome. I think they had all the little Lightning McQueen and Mater and stuff like that. Its story is just Doc Hollywood with cars, okay? Let's face it. Everybody has said that. You don't need me to say that. It's a little too familiar, but I guess it's a good film. And Pixar usually makes them right. So, yeah. I think about this time, this is when Pixar was starting to make a movie per year. This is when the year that I think they started with it. So, but 2006, I guess, was just not a great year for animation on the board. Monster House is a film that really should have embraced its concept, been more of an R-rated film and more of a horror film as it is. It's more of a mocap type of film that doesn't really work for me, and it is freaky, but not in a good way. Not like Coraline was. So, yeah, I'm going to have to say, probably didn't deserve a nomination. But I think Flushed Away, which was done by Aardman, that was part of their 5 picture deal with DreamWorks. Apparently Flushed Away didn't do really well, but honestly, I really like this film. I really would have liked to see it get nominated. I think this film is very clever. I like the little world it establishes, and some of the stuff that happens in the film is pretty, not only just great, but it's also cute. And I like its cartoonish little gags. So yeah. Also, Over the Hedge. I think this deserved a nomination. I actually liked its commentary about consumerism on as far as this goes. The problem is it's kind of... when this film came out, they did so many little things, tie-ins with Walmart and stuff like that, that honestly, it kind of removes its... It's basically an anti-consumerist film that leans into consumerism. And but I will have to say, maybe that's kind of the point of this film. And I don't know. I like this film. I like the relationship between the raccoon and the turtle, and I can't even remember their names now. It's been a while since I've seen this one. Okay, so let's talk about Ice Age 2. This was the first Ice Age sequel, and it really should have been the last. I didn't even finish this film the first time I saw it. I think I have watched it again, but I just don't really think it's a good sequel. And sadly, the really diminishing... Okay, I think Dawn of the Dinosaurs might have been a step up, but that's a small staircase. Anyway, so then there was films like The Ant Bully. Remember this one? Had a big A-list cast, like Nicolas Cage, Julia Roberts, even Meryl Streep was in this thing. No one remembers it. Yeah. Maybe for good reason. Don't think it deserved a nomination. Then there was another film called Happily Never After, which, yeah, I didn't see this one, so I'm going to have to say it's been mostly forgotten. Now, Disney actually had this animated film out called The Wild, which felt like a ripoff of Madagascar. I mean, it has a plot of zoo animals going to Africa or something like that. And I'm going like, normally DreamWorks feels like it plays the second fiddle here, but I felt like in this case, I just went like, why did Disney put all their eggs in this basket here for this year? I don't know. Crazy. So Curious George came out this year, and by that time 2D animation had pretty much since died, really. So it's, so pretty much nobody was gonna see that. I think they put that to January. Had Will Ferrell and Drew Barrymore in it, but it didn't really work. But Nickelodeon had the film Barnyard, which I don't know. Is that like Animal Farm? I would love to know if Barnyard and Animal Farm are essentially the same movie. Haven't seen that. I know it as a series. So yeah. Open Season is also another film I don't think I've actually just sat down and watched entirely. I think I've watched like maybe the beginning of it or something and just didn't really feel rather interested in it. But yeah. Had way too many direct-to-DVD sequels, which never got nominated for anything, and neither did this one, for good reason. This also had some R-rated films that came out that were animated, like the film Renaissance, which I actually think I did try and watch. Really interesting style to it. I don't really know kind of this noir style that is, I think it's mostly monochromatic in this film. So, very interesting. Scanner Darkly, I think, is a film that, not really for everyone, but I think that you could really enjoy this film. It's very different. The fact it uses, I think, rotoscoping. Like, I actually think they filmed these scenes and they just kind of animated over them. Has Keanu Reeves and I think Robert Downey Jr. in it. And interesting premise for a film. Very dystopian sci-fi kind of thing, maybe. I think I've seen this film twice and I don't really remember that much about it. Then the film Paprika. This film has one of the best opening themes ever. If you've never heard its opening theme, just find it on YouTube or something like that. I know I listen to it like practically every day, every time I'm kind of in a massage chair or something like that. It's very, this film I think has been accused isn't really the best word. Perhaps the film Inception has been accused of ripping this film off. There are some similar elements. This is a film about going into dreams, and it's also about assuming other identities. It's a rather interesting film that really shouldn't have been passed up, and more people need to know about this film. So, anyway, this has been Mark Rollins from the Geek Church. Join us next time when we do 2005 and their animated films. Yeah.